Game Smart Yardley. It has been about 8 years since I've been here, and last time I came down I had one of those awful little handy cams with terrible quality and terrible audio, so this is kind of a new experience for me. 8 years, I cannot wait to show you what's in there. I'm excited. I can see it here and it looks packed, so let's get on this hunt. We are here, there is nobody in the store. This is ideal filming conditions for me. We're going to take a whip around. It was actually 2019 when I was last here. It felt like a lot longer, but everything has changed so much. We've got more cabinets, there's so much stock. And of course, I will link Game Smart Yardley's Facebook and socials in the description. If you guys want to come down, and I'm going to leave some channel stickers as well, so you can come in here, mention the Gevs24 and you'll get a free channel sticker, which I will leave with the guys behind the counter. What do you reckon, Spider-Man?
Go! Go! Go, Web, go!
I think I prefer Laura, but nonetheless, let's go. Take a look. I want to start with the kind of Super Nintendo stuff and N64. Already clocking just how beautiful the box art is on F-Zero. We've got Yoshi's Island Battletoad in Battlemania. You don't see that often. They've got some NTSC unboxed as well, so that's going to be really nice. But I've already clocked this Nintendo DS in front of me, and I think I've already clocked one that I want for the collection. But let's take a look at the SNES stuff. I see Super Famicom 2. And the Super Game Boy 2. Now, somebody mentioned that to me recently in a video and said I need to get it. But I did get the Super Game Boy at the Nottingham City Gaming Fair way back at the end of 2024. So I'm in no rush. However, looking at the box stuff, some pretty nice stuff in. Check this out. And by the way, we're going to show you some rare gems in this episode too. So talking about how difficult Super Nintendo consoles are to get in, you don't see, or at least I don't see, the box consoles around that often. But we got one nice unboxed one in. Some really good stuff in at the back. Really nice stuff. Got some Killer Instinct. Ooh, baby. Incredible. And of course, a plethora of unboxed stuff. I have most of these. Not gonna lie, I always do a quick flick through, visual look through most of these. And of course on the top, just look at that box art. And also, I always talk about Super Tennis because this is an incredible game, one that you might not necessarily choose, but if you've not got that in your collection, you definitely need to get it. And it's always quite cheap and you see it everywhere, and that is in beautiful condition. Is it sealed at one end? No, it's not. It kind of looks sealed there. Is it sealed? That looks sealed at one end. That's an incredible N64 stuff. We got some Mario Tennis in, which was a game I wanted. I actually picked up a while ago though, but it's also a really good game. Loads of unboxed. Loads and loads of unboxed stuff in, guys. What we got at the back there, Top Gear Rally as well. Always nice to see games in alphabetical order. Now, as you saw in an episode I did recently, I managed to trade for a Series X, and I really want the new Indiana Jones game, but I cannot find it in stock anywhere. But I'm going to make it my mission. I'm going to make it my mission to find it. But if you can suggest any Xbox exclusive, guys, please drop a comment below. That would be brilliant. So in this section, we got some really nice handheld stuff. And there's a turtle. Oh my God, never seen that. It's like a random Turtles game, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles branded, but that's really cool to see. Got the classic Konami handheld there with some Double Dribble, the Pac-Man stuff. And of course, you tend to see the Mega Drive portables around quite a bit. There is one there. I used to have one by Blaze Entertainment, really good piece of kit. But we were talking off camera. For me personally, I definitely prefer the original hardware. I do like the minis, I do like the kind of handheld stuff, that repro stuff, but I do prefer my original hardware. Oh, there's even Atari down here as well, and there's Atari games that I'm going to show you later in this episode, as well as the ZX Spectrum stuff. Switch stuff. On a bit of a switch kick, especially with the indie games recently, because I've been streaming a lot of Switch, so I'm kind of like really starting to think if there's anything I can add to my Switch collection. So please feel free to help me out. If you want to come into the Discord and put a recommendation in, that's also fine. So we'll take a look through on this. Having a quick flick. Oh, Pikmin. What do you guys think to Pikmin? It's a series I've always struggled to get into, but I know it has a huge fan base. That's the double pack. That's really nice to see. You don't actually see that often. What else do we get? Bit of Mario Party again. Do sucker for a Mario game, but not necessarily Mario Party game. But I've heard really good things about this one. Not bad. 38 quid. Real good price. Always good to see toys and figures. Loving these plushies at the top there. But some really nice cool figures as well. I'll be scouring for turtles. I think I have seen some actually down the other end of the shop. But yeah, pretty nice. Now this is cool. Clocked a bit of nostalgia here. An old game station price. Actually really love seeing old price tags on games. That's become a thing for me over the past couple of years. Just seeing that just fills me with so much nostalgia. But there's some banger titles in here. And I have clocked Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow at the back, which is cool. Some wicked titles. And down below, there's plenty in. Look at that big hitter there, Castlevania. Oh, I'm getting trolled by Side Pocket, which I still haven't found on the flipping Super Famicom. That's right, Side Pocket on the Super Famicom. I found this on every console other than the Super Famicom. I actually really think that box art is really nice. I think that has to come home. Feels like it's quite a nice condition box as well. I'm going to find it in the wild. So many people have offered to send it to me as well, and I'm absolutely determined to find it in the wild. So thank you if you've offered to send Side Pocket as a gift to the channel, but I am determined to find it out in the wild. We have manual in there as well, which is even better. So that is the first purchase of the day. Put it behind the counter. Behind me is a plethora of PS1, which we're going to take a look at. And Martin just reminded me that the cabinets are actually open. So we're going to take a look through. But also, don't know if you guys know, but in my collection, I have loads of Pixel Pals. And I see that they have some in stock over there. Right here. So I have the one in the middle. I don't have Batman. And I don't have that Mario at the end, but I do have the rest, and they're just really cool. They add so much ambience to a game room, and they are becoming quite difficult to get at the Pixel Pals. So I think I might have to get this one, and this one, because I'm a sucker for ambience, and I think again they'll look really, really cool. We can put them out in the Lady Lounge or Lady Loft, wherever they end up going, but I'll show you where they go when we get back. And here we go. PS1 alphabetised. I cannot tell you how helpful that is when you're looking for games. So, I've got some Dragon Valor at the back. We'll get these cupboards open if I can. I always like get dubious that I'm going to smash them by accident. We'll open them here. Ooh. Dragon Valor right there. Not going to get it out because that could be an absolute disaster. But my brother and I were talking about Tenchu recently. This is a nice game, bit of Tenchu. We definitely need another Tenchu game in our lives. It's been too long, way too long. I'd buy that, but I already have it. Resi 2. Oh wow, that's a great price. 30 quid, that is a bargain. That is a bargain. What a game. And what a remake as well. When they actually remade this for PlayStation 4 not so long ago. It's an incredible remake. And of course, the famed Silent Hill. Now, I've heard Blooper Team are going to be doing Silent Hill. They did Silent Hill 2 recently. So we need Silent Hill remaking now. Game. I do own this, and I love the fact that it has a little sticker on that says DualShock compatible. It's just the little things. It's just the little things like that that I just like. I think it's just awesome. Right, let's check out this Sega Mega Drive cabinet as well. I like how they've even got all of the yellow electronic art variants in order as well. So you'll see what I mean as we switch the camera around in 3, 2, 1, like that. Let's get the cupboards open, make it a lot easier to film. But yes, just like that. So you can kind of see things really easily there. Oh, general chaos at the back. You can just clock it there. That is a phenomenal game. All right, so got some decent stuff in. Oh, there's Genesis as well. Even got the Genesis and Pro Protector. Wait a minute, guys. We've got a copy, no manual, bit of Pro Protector in there. This is such a phenomenal game, highly sought after on the Sega Mega Drive. But probably would have had that if it had manual, but let me know, have you played it? So if you haven't, you definitely need it. Highly sought after Bullet Witching. Never actually played it, but I see it quite a bit, but it is up there in one of the, I think definitely more sought after 360 titles. And speaking of Xbox, we are dropping down to the OG stuff here. Ooh, a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2 there. Some cool stuff. Fahrenheit is a game, I think that's also remastered for the PS4 as well. But yeah, some really cool stuff in on the OG Xbox front. Let me know what you would have bought this far in. Oh, Ford Mustang, you don't see that round that often. Okay, Mega CD up next. Oh, Dracula Unleashed is in. You tend just to see the same titles, but there's some varied titles here for sure, like Powermonger. What have we got here? Even Sensible Soccer, guys, for you football fans. Oh, what is this? Beast 2. Shadow of the Beast 2. Which again, you do not see around that much. This is a good game. Highly recommend this. I would buy this if I didn't already own it. I can't get it out. There we go. Cracking little title. What else we got? Echo the Dolphin Pitfall. Prince of Persia, that's another really good game. Let's take a look at Dracula Unleashed.
I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video.
So, Dracula Unleashed on the Mega CD, a Sega True video production. Back when FMV was at its height, games such as this and Night Trap, in fact many Sega CD, Mega CD, whatever, this just reeled the hell out of FMV stuff. I think back then it really was revolutionary, but back like now, it just seems really, you just look at it, something like Night Trap, for example, you watch it and it's like, wow, we actually thought this was good back in the day, but this is a real nice game, and again, you don't see it that often, but it's right here at GameSmart Yardley. So we're way back at the back of the shop with some PS3, PS4, Wii, Wii U and PlayStation 5. It's just so much stuff, so clean, so well presented as well. There's nothing at the minute I want on the PlayStation 3, but we'll have a little whip through nonetheless, except maybe Def Jam Icon. That's a little banger game, isn't it? That's a little banger game. Bit of Def Jam Icon there in at 10 quid. We got the classic Dead Space, of course. Now, I don't want to break these shelves. I always feel like I'm going to end up breaking something. Touch wood, I've never broken anything in or on a retro game hunt as it is. I hope I've not just tempted fate, by the way. But yeah, there's a good selection of all your main titles here. Same really on the PS4, some real good stuff. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. The Mafia trilogy. I own this, but what an absolute marvel Mafia was back on the PlayStation 3. I was addicted to that game. This is one you tend not to see. The Legend of K Anniversary on the PS4. I think now it is going to be the time to start collecting the PS4 stuff, because obviously Sony don't care for it anymore, and I think we're seeing that shift. It's quite cheap to buy PS4 games, so get them now before that price hike in 5 years. Just a small tip there. Some good stuff in. But there's nothing I want. I'm going to ask Martin if he has got Indiana Jones in on the Xbox One. I'll have a quick check down here. I didn't see it. But we will double check. And then on the Wii U, have we got anything juicy on the Wii U? I will say this is pretty cool. I found a sealed copy of this in a charity shop. So they did a variation where, as you can see, the Blu-ray movie was included as well. This is game only, but you can see on the side, it says it there as well. If you can find this version, I think it's becoming more and more obscure. If this had the Blu-ray, that would be a good purchase for anybody that does want to come in here. They got the standard version in as well, but definitely look for that. And I was quite lucky finding that factory sealed from a Chazza. Now, I'm not a Lego girl, but this is very impressive. There's a plethora of Lego here. There's a Polaroid Lego, lots of Harry Potter stuff. So I guess it's a win-win if you're a Harry Potter fan and you're a Lego fan. And they've even themed it with like Hogwarts Legacy on the PS5. You've got your Blu-rays of Harry Potter there. I mean, it's just on point with its branding. The branding is incredible. And there's more Harry Potter down here. Diagon Alley. Flipping brilliant. Now this is the horror section with the footprints on the floor of blood. And there's some really cool horror figures in here. And I've just clocked the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Now, I was 8 years of age in 1991. And I first saw that film. Needless to say, I've loved it ever since. And I just really have loved it. And me and my friends used to watch it all the time. So it's really cool just to see lots of love for Blu-rays in here. Lots of love for DVDs, which I believe, and me and Martin were talking earlier, that these are coming back. These are making a huge comeback. 4 or 5 years ago, you couldn't shift them. Got some Pokemon DVDs up there. But they are making a comeback. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Calling all wrestling fans. We got some classic wrestling figures. I say it every time I see it. Legion of Doom is the most iconic for me. My brother had them figures. But I think they got a bit of Bret Hitman Hart. Just more cool stuff. Everywhere you look, this is brilliant. So we've been into the back and we've pulled out some nice big hitters, and you've just seen the B-roll. Now, there's lots in here. Discworld 2 on the Sega Saturn, both incredible point and click games. But for me, it's definitely the Super Nintendo stuff. Terranigma, which fortunately I own Final Fantasy 2, which thankfully I also own. Hagain, however it's pronounced, I have no idea. Thankfully have an unboxed copy of this, but seeing it in the flesh, boxed, is insanely good. I think this, I don't know, I'm sure I've seen this in here before. It could have been a completely different copy. This is box complete, it has manual as well. But shout out to my friend Reese, because he got me an unboxed copy of it many, many moons ago. So check out that manual. We have the manual as well. Look at that. It's in really nice condition. Really, really nice condition. Very sought after game. But there's tons of stuff in here. We've got some nice, we'll go the GameCube games. Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, Mario, Superstar Baseball. Again, just stuff you don't see. Kokoto Funfair, probably butchered it. Feel free to roast me in the comments. I don't care. You see this round a little bit more. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. So really nice stuff. Really beautiful stuff. Some Metal Gear Solid on the Game Boy Color. Harvest Moon 2. Actually never knew that was a thing. Weirdly enough, Harvest Moon 2 on the Game Boy Color. Just unreal. Sweet. I can never pronounce this, so here we go. Roast again. Suikoden? I think so. Suikoden 2. Again, you see the Americans talk about this quite a bit. So yeah, just some phenomenal stuff. Nice to see Mega Man, because again, you don't never ever see these either on the GBA. I don't know what the difference is. So this is a blue and white version. So I guess similar to your Pokemon, there'll be slight differences in the colours there. You're getting your blue and white. Unbelievable. Alien, oh my God, Alien Syndrome. Clock Tower. I do see that out a little bit. In fact, I think there's a clock tower on the Super Nintendo as well. That's quite obscure. And we were just talking about, you know, what things, you know, I like to see in shops. And I love seeing the Super Nintendo stuff, especially the more obscure stuff. Down at the Leeds Gaming Market, there was a stall and it was just a whitewash of Super Nintendo. And everyone was like flocking to it. Mega Man 3, again, don't see that often. On the classic Game Boy, really nice, really nice artwork on there. But I never knew this was a thing. Swamp Thing. And the condition on that is just next level. Save the Poisoned Planet. I mean, box art, I would say, is a 10 out of 10 for Swamp Thing. 100%. And I've just been handed a Super Famicom with the disc system in. What is this? What is it? My mind is blown now, because I thought these were big hitters. But I'm going to show you something else in a minute. So if you go anywhere, you're going to miss out. You can pause it and go and grab a brew by all means, but whew, don't go anywhere. And of course, this has become quite a nice piece, because of course there's the code in the menu, which basically makes your PlayStation chip so you can play copy games. Copy games was a huge thing back in the day on the PlayStation 1. And I've been offered a brew as well. I very rarely get offered brews in shops. Game Smart Yardley's got it all. It's like hospitality down here. It's great. There's so much cool stuff, guys, and I'm so happy to be able to film it all and come on in to see all this, because this is what I love to do. And again, rule of rose. Now, market unfortunately is flooded, but this is an incredible story. I think this will always be one of my favourite stories from the gaming world, about this being banned and not released in the UK, and it was some fake article that made up the story, made it so controversial. It was a complete lie. So I own a copy, and it's just nice to see. And what's really cool about this copy is this is not from the Italian shipment. So this was a copy of Rule of Rose when it was really, really expensive before the market became flooded. So I guess that is a really nice piece of history. So yeah, big hitters, baby. But check this out. And here it is, the Famicom along with the disc system itself. Common in Japan, but not so much over here. But I just love coming down to do film places like Game Smart Yardley and just seeing really cool stuff. And then of course a disc itself. And of course a classic Famicom title. Really cool to see. Nice to see the Specky games. Plenty in. And I did mention before, lots of Atari as well. So Jess's favourites on the Atari. She'd like to play Frogger. Frogger's a good game. It's probably my favourite Atari game. Loads in. Incredible. So nice to go and see the guys at GameSmart Yardley, and they kindly offered to give away a £30 voucher to one of you, the viewers. So here's how you enter. I will link GameSmart Yardley's Facebook in the description. Give them a follow. When you go to my Facebook, you'll see that I've shared the thumbnails to this video. All you need to do to include your entry is follow GameSmart Yardley, watch this video, share it to your socials, screenshot it and post it in the comments on Facebook. So that will guarantee your entry. We will draw the winner in 7 days' time randomly, and I will announce it all across social media. You can then go and claim your £30 voucher from GameSmart. So you need to follow them, watch this video, share it on your socials, screenshot the proof of the share, post that in the comments of the Gebs24 Facebook. Guys, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Love it. I love doing this.